Chapter 10 The Voss Mystic Trial. Once Cal and I got to the village, it was a bit grander than I expected it to be. The buildings were modern, filled with ancient technology inside and out. The only thing that seemed normal to me was a nearby willow tree in the distance. As we entered one of the smaller buildings, Cal and I sat down in one of the chairs with one other Voss. Before we start, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Nia, and this is my sister, Ellie. They both handed Cal and I our weapons back, shortly after sitting down. I'm sorry for the harsh introduction, but we've had to keep our guard up in case we have unwanted visitors. Now, what are your names, Jedi?
I'm Cal, and this is Anika.
And this is our faithful droid, BD-1. Now, if you don't mind me asking, you said a Jedi once helped you? Or your ancestors, I mean? Were they Force users at some point? The Jedi were once known as the Hero of Tython. They helped put a stop to the conflict between the Voss and Gormax. That's a story for another time, though. As for this so-called Force ability you Jedi possess, no, they did not. However, my sister and I have studied it, and we understand some knowledge as to how it works. Now, why are you two here?
We're trying to find some sort of ancient power. We believe the Empire's after it.
Are you sure you're up to the challenge? The path you are about to take is filled with danger. What do you mean? My sister and I had a premonition recently that two Jedi would break the cycle, but at a cost.
Wait a minute, you two are...
The Voss mystics. Sorry to be discreet, but as I've said, never can be too careful. That crystal you're wearing actually contains the key to one of the ancient powers.
And the other?
That depends on your actions during the trial. As for your crystal, it's a key to a temple off-world. The power of immortality. So that's why Aiden wanted this so badly, I thought to myself.
Do you know where the temple is located?
We do not. Only the Emperor of our ancestors' time discovered it. Can you tell us about him? I could see Nia send her sister a threatening look, as if to hush her up about something. I'm afraid not. We must prepare you for the trials.
Hold on, we're not finished yet.
Yes, you are.
We're not leaving until we get answers. If the Empire's after this same power, we need to find it first.
Stand down, Jedi. I already see your future, and it cannot be rewritten.
I won't allow history to repeat itself, and I certainly won't allow you to stand in the way of that.
We'll just see about that, won't we? I felt my body fly forcefully out of the chair and outside of the building. Cal tried to rush to my side, but the door sealed shut. Cal!
Anika! BD! Get the door! I tried activating my lightsaber, but it wouldn't ignite. BD-1 was suddenly ripped away from the door, now flying towards Nia. I tried using the Force to pry him out of her grip, but it was incredibly strong.
Sister, stop! What are you doing? Finishing what our ancestors didn't. These Jedi will never learn to accept their fate without bending the rules. It's time for the cycle to end.
The last thing I saw was a bright flash of light engulfing my vision.
Cal, wake up! Can you hear me?
Stem. I felt the pain in my head subside once BD injected the stem.
Feel better?
Yep. I'm good. Where are we?
We're inside the Shrine of Healing. Guess this is where Nia sent us.
So much for being rational with the Voss. Did they hurt you?
I'm fine. But if we're gonna get out of here, we need to pass this trial.
Where do we start?
See that altar up ahead? Once we touch it, the trial will begin.
I'm ready if you are.
Let's do it.
I noticed the markings around the altar were identical to the ones I saw in my dream. We both placed our hands down on the altar. Voices echoed in my head, whispering various chants. Anika removed her hand rather quickly. I was taken back until I saw the look on her face. Anika, what did you see?
I can't tell you. Not here.
Something else caught my attention as I glanced above Anika's shoulder. We've got company. For a moment, no one appeared until one Voss did. I counted at least 10 of them as they made their way towards Anika and I. They weren't the same ones we met earlier, though. These Voss in particular had crimson red eyes and pale blue skin. The Voss chanted loudly before stepping away. A loud roar echoed, and unfortunately I knew exactly what that creature was. A Rancor. The creature aggressively pushed a few Voss soldiers aside. While the others ran away, its eyes immediately locked onto Anika and I.
You, got a plan?
Watch my back and I'll watch yours. We both ignited our lightsabers and charged towards the Rancor. I swung my lightsaber down towards its right leg while keeping at a good distance. Anika, on the other hand, was struggling to keep up with the rapid attacks. The Rancor tried pounding its fist into the ground, but it paused for a moment. At least that's what I thought, until I was forcefully pushed back into the wall. Now that the Rancor was stunned, Anika and I took the opportunity to finish it off. She slashed it behind its back while I dug my saber into the side of its head. We both jumped off the creature after it collapsed. However, a few remaining Voss guards appeared once again.
Ugh, do these guys ever quit? Enough.
We all turned in the direction of the voice. Anika and I kept our guard up as we saw Nia approach us.
You fought well, but one final test remains. What happened to your sister? Dead. But she had it coming. Think fast, Jedi.
Nia tossed an object towards me, which appeared to be a white crystal. As I grasped the crystal, a strong surge of energy was released. Taking a deep breath, I felt the power absorb into my body. Anika suddenly began gasping for air. She dropped her saber and held her neck, desperate for a breath. Let her go!
I will set her free, only if you hand her crystal over.
I held my hand out desperately as I tried to pull Anika out of Nia's grasp. Nia used her other free hand to pin me down so I couldn't move. BD jumped off my shoulder and attempted to shock Nia as a quick distraction. For a moment, her focus was off me and now onto BD-1. As I reignited my saber, I could feel myself panic as I watched Anika struggle to breathe. If I kill Nia, we'll lose another lead, but if I refuse, I lose Anika. You leave me no choice. Without hesitation, I swung my saber down towards Nia. Her head was no longer present as her body fell back. Anika coughed roughly as she fell into the ground. I rushed by her side, helping her back up. Thank the Force. Are you okay?
Not really. Cal! Anika!
Marin, you're awake.
Where are those Voss mystics?
You're looking at her.
She had it coming. But I am afraid I have some bad news.
Mind telling us on our way back to the ship?
Once we got back to the Mantis, Marin quickly fixed a few parts with her magic, while Cal repaired some dents.
Okay, we're all in agreement to not tell Grease about the Mantis.
Besides the giant scratch on the side? Yes.
Good. Now what's the bad news, Marin?
Shortly after you two went missing, I woke up from the Voss mystic's dream, and Grease contacted me. The Bedlam Raiders attacked his cantina.
Start the engines, now!